Hi Taurus, this is your July 31st through August 6th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love coming towards you. In the second spread, we'll check in with those of you who are already married or in a relationship. Then I'll do the X spread. After that, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And at the end, we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week. We have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Moon. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot clarified by the Sun. In the potential outcome, we have Death, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups. And we also have the Tower on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with so many different zodiac signs. We've got all water signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have Sagittarius, Leo, and perhaps even another Taurus. Well, I hope you're ready for this, Taurus, because your life will never be the same. We have 7 major arcana cards on the table. Okay, 7 out of 9 cards. And so basically this is unavoidable. Okay, I think your life will change in such a big major way when this person comes in. For some of you, this is somebody who is already in your life. Okay, and yeah, it's for some of you, what's about to happen is going to be like really shocking. All right, the Tower on the bottom of the deck, let's start with that. Could be a Scorpio. You're dealing with Death. The first card in the potential outcome is another Scorpio card, by the way. So 2 times Scorpio in here. But the Tower is something that happens unexpectedly. You don't see this coming, all right? You really don't. Well, now that you're watching this video, perhaps this will give you a little heads up. But perhaps you're still a little skeptical about, you know, the way how it's going to play out, or what's actually going to happen. Anyway, let me go back to the beginning. We have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Moon. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of waiting. The Moon could be a Pisces who is waiting for you. But the Moon is a card of a secret, right? And at the same time, the Moon could be one of the most emotional cards in the deck. So you've got somebody waiting in the shadows, right? They're waiting for something. They're waiting for a particular event. They're waiting for a visa to get granted to them, so they could be there. They're waiting for something to come their way so they could make their move. But for some of you, they could just be waiting for a Leo's birthday party. All right, perhaps both of you are going to a Leo's birthday party, and that's what they're waiting for, so they could make their move, right? It could be a Leo, an actual Leo you're dealing with, but it could be somebody who is also going, right? The Sun right there in the middle, clarifying the Chariot, is a Leo card. But it could be something else, right? Right next to that Seven of Pentacles, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot, clarified by that Sun card. Both the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot could be literally going somewhere cards, all right? The Wheel of Fortune is also a start of a new cycle, so if it is a Leo's birthday, then it's their new year starting for them. But what they actually want is to, if it's not a Leo's birthday party, then they're probably really wanting to get the show on the road with you. The Wheel of Fortune, you know, it's a very positive card. The Wheel of Fortune comes in and changes things. The Wheel of Fortune turns things around, right? And that's what we see with the Tower and the Death card as well. Those cards are transformation. That's about to take place in your life, right? Then we have the Chariot clarified by that Sun. The Chariot could be a Cancer. The Wheel of Fortune, by the way, could be a Sag. But the Chariot, if it's not a Cancer, or if it's not a card of going somewhere, this is you still moving forward with this person and not looking back. Okay, those two are pretty speedy cards. The Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot are pretty fast cards. So if it's not literally going somewhere, then I think this connection will gain momentum real fast, right? The Sun, clarifying the Chariot, if it's not a Leo you're dealing with, then it's the Sun is a card of clarity. I think both of you will be crystal clear where are you going with this, right? And it's the happiest card in the deck as well. With the Sun card, well, if you loved, cherished, happy, on top of the world. All right. In the potential outcome, we have that Death card with the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups. Death could be a Scorpio, but the Death card is a card of transformation. Your life will never be the same. I know the Death card is partially blocked, but on the right side of the Death card in the middle, we have the Sunrise, right? And incidentally, we have the actual Sun card to the left from the Death card. Then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is your major arcana card, Taurus. Yeah, that's you, unless you're dealing with another Taurus. But at the same time, the Hierophant is a card of something traditional, like a committed relationship or marriage. It's also a very spiritual, educational card, right? And the Ten of Cups right next to the deck is a card of a family. It's a card of a commitment, marriage. That card is often referred to as the happily ever after card. It's one of the best cards when it comes to emotionally fulfilling relationships or marriages. So yeah, just to sum up, Taurus, crazy. Just to give you an example, I just did an Aries reading before yours, and the new love spread in that reading had 0 major arcana cards. Yours, on the other hand, has 7. Okay, 7. I can't stress it enough. I can't emphasize it enough, if I can speak, how important this is going to be. All right, you could be, perhaps this offer is going to be so serious, it's going to be a little bit overwhelming for you with the Tower. And perhaps something has to change in your life, in their life, whatever that is, so the two of you could be together. But I do see you getting together and moving forward together. All right, really happy for you, Taurus. Congratulations. Taurus, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Two of Swords. Then we have the Four of Swords clarified by the Hangman. We have the World, and we have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I see you making a choice, you two making a choice, and then I guess executing. Right? Some of you could be going somewhere on like a little vacation. Well, for some of you it could be a long vacation, but for most of you it could just be for the weekend, or say in addition to the weekend, you may take like an additional day off. That's what I see here for most of you, right? Even if you're not planning a little getaway right now, right? But I do see you starting to think about this at some point during the week, right? So we got the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Two of Swords. 1, 2 clarifying another 2, okay? The Two of Pentacles is a card of a choice. It's a card of looking at your options, considering, comparing, contrasting. The Two of Swords clarifying it. It's also a card of a choice. It's a card of a crossroads, right? And the rest of the spread is, there isn't really much going on, to be honest with you. All right, the Four of Swords, there's literally nothing happening, right? There is a person laying down. The Hangman clarifying that is a card of stagnation. Again, nothing happening. The World right next to the deck. This place could be interpreted as someplace remote, okay? And with the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, there's 2 people in the Two of Cups. That's you and your person, okay? It's a card of a soulmate connection. It's a card of unconditional love. So, like I said, for most of you, I think with those 2 twos, in the beginning, you're looking at your options, where you want to go, how you want to spend that weekend, or how you want to spend your vacation, and then actually going somewhere to perhaps someplace secluded. You know, if you have a huge family, maybe you'll take your kids with you. Or perhaps your kids are away in like summer camps, or you may leave your kids with your parents or something like that. I do see you like at some point during the week, you will definitely be spending some time with just where it's just the two of you and you're relaxing. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Taurus, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the Magician, clarified by the Fool. We have the Lovers, the Hierophant, clarified by the Star. And we also have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Aquarius, perhaps even another Taurus. Another whole bunch of major arcana cards. You know, I don't know if you watched the first spread, the new love spread. That one had a boatload of major arcana cards, and so does this one. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it a reconciliation. All right. By the way, we do have Venus in retrograde now, and Venus is a planet of love, abundance, beauty, and many other things. And during Venus retrograde, this is when people usually come back, and perhaps even more than usual. All right, so yeah, bunch of major arcana cards. The Magician could be a Gemini or a Virgo. you're dealing with. But the Magician is a card of manifestation, and most importantly, it's a card of taking action. All right, so definitely action being taken this week. The Fool, clarifying the Magician, is also a card of action. The Fool could be an Aries you're dealing with, but the Fool, when it comes to X spreads, I often interpret the Fool as a card of second chances. It's like letting go of what happened to you, between the two of you in the past, and starting from clean slate. The Lovers, the next card over, another Gemini card. Right, but at the same time, the Lovers could be a card of a choice. All right, so you'll have a choice to make when it comes to this connection. But in my opinion, the Lovers is the best card when it comes to the actual love connection between two people. It's a card of a soulmate connection. It's a card of a twin flame connection, if you believe in twin flames. So the Lovers could be the love of your life. Perhaps you are each other's loves of each other's lives, and you're finally realizing it this week. Then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is one of your major arcana cards, Taurus, unless you're dealing with another one. That happens. But at the same time, the Hierophant is a card of commitment, marriage, that type of deal, right? It's also a very spiritual, very educational card. Perhaps both of you finally learned your lesson. All right. The Star, clarifying the Hierophant, could be an Aquarius you're dealing with, but the Star is a card of healing. Right, it's a card of patching things up. Okay, and the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, the only minor arcana card. The only minor arcana card in this reading. But it's an amazing one, right? It's a card of a soulmate connection. It's a card of unconditional love. It's a card of when two people see eye to eye. All right, lesson learned, Taurus. You two are each other's wish come true. The Star is also a wish come true card. You're each other loves of each other's lives, so stop running away from one another. You know, if this person is your twin flame, if you believe in twin flames, there's something called runner chaser. If you don't know what it is, look it up. So perhaps this cat and mouse game is finally over. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Taurus, this week. We have the Page of Wands, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess, the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the Two of Pentacles, and we also have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant cards showed up so many times in this reading, right? The Hierophant is your major arcana card, Taurus. But at the same time, when it comes to love, it's a card of something traditional, I guess, like a relationship or marriage. When it comes to work, business, and finances, however, the Hierophant is still a very serious card. It's a card of something formal, something official, something that's got to be done by the book, with all the paperwork filed, with everything disclosed, something like that. The Hierophant often talks about full-time jobs and like real serious business deals. All right, yeah. For example, like two companies could merge when the Hierophant shows up. It could be as big as global like that, right? But you actually have the Page of Wands. We start with the Page of Wands, right? The Page of Wands is just a page. No insult to the Page of Wands, but most likely it's a message or an invitation to go have a conversation, to meet up for a cup of coffee, or just to grab a bite together or something like that. However, what that Page of Wands is hiding behind their back is that Ace of Pentacles. So that conversation, that cup of coffee, that game of golf could turn out something big, something major, right? The Ace of Pentacles is no joke. All right, so perhaps on the surface it looks like, hey, let's just have a little chat. But in reality, the Ace of Pentacles is what's happening, right? The Ace of Pentacles, it could be a golden opportunity. All right, the Ace of Pentacles always talks about serious business. The Ace of Pentacles always talks about long-term and a lot of money. Okay, the High Priestess in the middle, it could be a card of like a secret. Perhaps they're gonna tell you, you know what, let's catch up, let's meet up, let's grab that bite, but don't tell anybody. We'll just let's make it a very private conversation. But at the same time, the High Priestess could be a card of your own intuition, Taurus. All right, your own intuition. And then we have you, the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So technically we have you here twice. Like I said, the Hierophant is also your major arcana card. After that get together, after that golf game or dinner or what have you, you will have something to think about, right? With the Two of Pentacles, this is you trying to decide what you want to do about this. I don't see, except for the High Priestess being a bit of a secretive card. That's the only tiny red flag I see here. I don't think they're hiding anything from you, but you could perhaps ask them why you want to keep it under wraps if that's what they're asking of you. But other than that, it is a serious offer. It is a serious offer, and I do see you having time to think about this. All right? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Taurus. We have the Queen of Cups clarified by Temperance. We have the Empress. We have the Queen of Swords clarified by Judgment. And we have the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You know what, Taurus? The first thing I thought of was you being the peacemaker between the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Very symbolic the way the cards came out. Okay, you're the Empress in the middle. It's actually one of your major arcana cards, Taurus. You share it with Libra. Speaking of Libras, to the right from the Empress, we have the Queen of Swords, right? So that would be the person number one. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, right? To the left from the Empress, we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay, and you see how those queens are not looking at each other, they are looking away. It looks like they got into a fight. I don't see an actual fight happening. Perhaps it'll happen this week, but I think it already took place. Right, so the Queen of Cups is clarified by Temperance. Could be a Sagittarius you're dealing, but Temperance is a card of healing. Okay, perhaps this Queen of Cups is healing from what happened. Or that's what they want, or hoping for, to heal the situation with this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords themselves is clarified by Judgment. Judgment could be a card of somebody coming back from the past, but at the same time, Judgment is a card of somebody having to make a judgment call. All right? And the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck could be a card of a crossroads, but one of the interpretation of the Two of Swords, the often forgotten one, is ceasefire or armistice. Okay, so yeah, you're in the middle, you're the middle man, the middle woman, and you're trying to make those two bury the hatchet, reconcile, reestablish this connection, whatever the nature of this connection is. And that's what you're not expecting, Taurus. Alright, so that's what I have for you for this reading for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Taurus, have an amazing week.